welcome back to the Girly Girl Bookworm. So today I decided I want to start a new series where I spotlight some of my favorite authors and just kind of show you all the books I've read by them and tell you how I got started in them, and then all the books that I currently have on my shelf that I have not read, if there are some. And I'm going to start with Agatha Christie, and there for sure are some. Like, I always laugh because I'm like, oh my god, I have 100 and whatever books on my shelf unread, but then I look and I'm like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them are Agatha Christie novels. I'm not going to read all 7 right now, so like, I feel a little bit better when I'm like, well, I bought them to read throughout my life, so take 7 off that number, and I'm not that bad. So yeah, I'm going to start with Agatha Christie, and Then There Were None is the book that started it all for me. This horrid copy, don't worry, you're going to see it again a couple more times in this in this video, because I just love this book so much that this ugly copy doesn't do it for me. So I got this copy when I was in high school. I had to read it as a freshman, and I'm gonna be honest, don't think I read it. I think I like skimmed it, or I was a terrible reader in high school. You tell me to read something, I'd be like, yeah, right, no. So, I did. I wrote the word stop in here. I just found it. That's how bad I was in high school. Stop. Because that's where you were supposed to stop reading. So yeah, I must have read at least a little bit of it. But I didn't find it as gripping as a high schooler. But then I read it again in my 20s. I was going through a phase of like, I need to read the books that I was supposed to read in high school. I read The Great Gatsby again. I read The Catcher in the Rye again. And I read this one again, and I've rediscovered my love for it and realized that this is actually a really, really good story, and I'm obsessed now. Like, this is probably my... Hold on. Sorry. Sydney's taking a nap, and her monitor, you could hear that she started crying when she went back to sleep. So this book, I refound my love of it, and if you were to ask me what my favorite book of all time is, I would probably actually tell you And Then There Were None. It's such a great story. It's such a unique story. To think a woman in the 1930s wrote this story, it's just amazing to me. I also really am obsessed with the Acorn TV adaptation of this, so if you're looking for one, I highly recommend that one. There's a black and white one that was made a long time ago, and they changed the ending, and it just ruined the whole book for me. Not the whole book, but it ruined the whole movie, because the ending is not meant to be changed, for sure, with this book. So this is a book that kind of started it all for me and my love of Agatha Christie, and then I just started collecting all of her books. So 2 books that I have that go together, I guess I didn't realize it was a series at the time when I picked it up, is Torrid Zero and The Seven Dials Mystery. I've yet, because I read them so far apart from each other, I don't really know the connection of like why they're a series. I believe book 1 is Murder is Easy, which I haven't read yet. I think that's the first one. So I'm not positive about their connection. The one amazing thing about Agatha Christie is you could read basically any book you want whenever you want, and no matter where they are in the series, because 95% of the time they have their complete own story, so you don't really need to have the other books to know what's going on. I remember liking this one. It's escaping my brain about what this is about, but I know that there's a tennis player in here, so if you're looking for a tennis mystery, I guess. And then this one's probably my least favorite book by her. I read this for the numbers thing that Lala did, her buzzword readathon, where it had to have numbers in it. I think the thing why I didn't like this one is just because the mystery is so bizarre. It's about these friends, and they are mad at their friend because he never wakes up on time, so the 7 of them set alarm clocks to go off in his room, and he still doesn't come down for breakfast, so they go up and he's dead. And I don't know, it was a very bizarre mystery, too many characters, it was just weird, but in true Agatha Christie style, the ending is always like flips you back on your head and you're like, wait, what? So it was good. Like, the reveal was good, just the story was kind of bizarre. Then I've got Death on the Nile by, obviously by Agatha Christie. I'm just so used to saying that. This is the one that they are making a movie of currently. I think it comes out this year. Finally, I've been like dying for it. This is a Hercule Poirot mystery. And again, like I said, I have not read this series in order. I have read it completely out of order. And I don't feel like I'm ever missing anything. I really enjoyed this one. I'm dying for this movie to come out. So if you are the type of person who likes to read a book before the movie comes out, this is the next one they're making. So I would pick this one up ASAP. Then I've read The Five Little Pigs. This is also a Poirot novel. Most of the time they will tell you on top if they're a Poirot novel or not. Like, this one's a Poirot novel, this one's a Poirot novel. Most books are usually Miss Marple, Poirot, or just on their own. Like I said, this is another Poirot novel. I really liked this one because this centered around, like, the five little pigs. Like, she makes, like, the joke and she, like, connects everybody to, like, a little pig, which I think is fun, which is kind of like Within Them There Were None. It's based off a poem. So, like, I really like that she's able to make, like, weird little connections like that, which is why I think 8 Little Murders by Peter Swanson is going to be amazing because it gives me a lot of Agatha Christie vibes. So, again, this one was a lot of fun. I feel like it's an underrated one. I feel like it doesn't get talked about often, but I once saw it and I just, like, knew that I had to get it, and I got it through Book Outlet, and it was really fun. Now on to, like, my favorite editions of these books. Like, I wish I could get all of these books in this edition, but they don't come in. All of her books don't come in this edition, which kind of frustrates me because I really wanted them to have an And Then There Were None copy, and they didn't. But they're these beautiful, like, hardcover editions. I don't even know what the edition's called, to be honest. But this is The Body in the Library. I believe this is the very first Miss Marple mystery that I ever read. Yeah, I haven't read another Miss Marple mystery, but again, they always say it somewhere on it, if you're curious. This one I read as an ebook because I was looking for something to read, and I knew that I owned this one. Oh. And there were 16. Yeah, so apparently these were coming out like this. I don't know. I don't know where this bookmark came from. I bought this from a used bookstore. So this is my very first Miss Marple mystery. I don't love Miss Marple as much as I like Hercule Poirot. Hercule Poirot just comes with a personality that I like more. Miss Marple's just like this old lady who just happens to be in the right place at the right time, I feel like. And so I wasn't 100% crazy about this book, but it doesn't stop me from wanting to read more Miss Marple. It's just if I was given the choice that you could only read Miss Marple or Hercule Poirot for the rest of my life, I would pick Hercule Poirot over Miss Marple. Another one of my absolute favorites, and it seems so silly because it's like, yeah, Nicole, the movie's out, so, and it's everybody else's favorite too, but, like, it's good for a reason, and that is The Murder on the Orient Express. This was just a movie before the Death on the Nile one was coming out, and I'm obsessed with that movie as well. Really iconic cast. It's beautifully shot and really well done, so I highly recommend you check out that movie as well. This in true Agatha Christie format, like, just takes you by 100% surprise. It's a Hercule Poirot novel. I think it's, like, in the middle of the series. And she is just she has such an iconic way of just taking these people and somehow forming a way for you to be completely misled by them. Like, this one, I also feel like you just see such a different side of Poirot than you see in any of the other novels. His decision he makes at the end, like, I remember rereading it again because it's so not like him that I was so like, wait, what just happened? Like, again, like I said, Agatha Christie just has such a great way of twists, like, that you don't see coming, which is such a great thing considering so many books we read now are so predictable. So to be able to pick up a book from the 1930s and read it and still be shocked by it is magic. We've got Peril at End House, another Poirot mystery. This one was okay. Not my favorite. The ABC Murders, which I think, again, is why I tie 8 Perfect Murders to Agatha Christie. Again, this one kind of has to do with the ABCs. And, like, just so unique. So unique. I told you I would show you another copy of And Then There Were None. This was the Book of the Month edition. And, like I said, I had been on a hunt because I had the ugly paperback one. And I knew I wanted another one. And this edition is just beautiful. And I love it. Basically, like, I don't like owning more than one copy of books, but, like, And Then There Were None is one of those books that, like, I want all of the editions. Speaking of that, I just have this beautiful And Then There Were None edition. And this is a Barnes & Noble, like, classic one that they came out with. It also has The Crooked House and Endless Night, which I have not read either one of those, but I think Crooked House also has an adaptation, so I really want to read that someday. And I'm not sure about Endless Night, but one day I will pick this up and I will read And Then There Were None from these beautiful pages because it's beautiful. And then, again, like I told you, Murder on the Orient Express is my other favorite book. So I also have the beautiful, again, Barnes & Noble edition of this one. This one also comes with The Murder of Roger Ackroyd, which I've not read, and His Last Case. Which partially, like, I know I'm not reading the series in order, but I feel like I need to read this one last. But we'll see. But again, beautiful edition of this book as well. Now onto the books that I own that I have not gotten to yet. So if you've read Agatha Christie and you love her to pieces like I do, and you've read some of these, please let me know which one to pick up next because I have no idea. And this month would be perfect because if you didn't know, this is also March Mystery Madness month. A lot of people are reading a bunch of mystery novels this month, so I would love to kind of squeeze an Agatha Christie book in here, so please let me know. It could even be from one of those books, like The Crooked House or whatever. Let me know. So, like I showed you earlier, Murder is Easy. This is just part of that other series that I didn't know was a series. The Labors of Hercules, which is a Poirot novel. Murder at the Vicarage, which is a Miss Marple novel. Evil Under the Sun, which is a Hercule Poirot. A Murder is Announced, which is Miss Marple. The Murder of Roger Ackroyd which is a Poirot novel. I want to say that this might be her first Poirot novel. Or this one, which is the last one that I have. And that is The Mysterious Affair at Styles, which is, again, a Poirot novel. I'm not sure which one was first, but yeah. So those are the books that I have of hers that I have not read. Any that I don't own that you highly recommend, please let me know down below because I will collect all of her books eventually one day. So I would love to know which one to go read next. But long story short, Agatha Christie is the queen of mystery for a reason. She has twists, she has turns, and characters that you get so confused by, for sure. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Any of your recommendations, let me know down below. Have we read anything in common that you also love? Do you also have a love of And Then There Were None like I do? Or am I just by myself with that one? I don't know. Let me know down below, and I'll see you guys really soon. Bye, everybody.